Hello there, Cary with CJM Realty. Just wanted to come to you today with some of the positive aspects of moving, especially if you've been living in a house for quite a while. In major transitions while selling your family home, a lot of the times we tend to focus on the negatives of that. So yes, change is difficult and there is comfort in the familiar. I am totally guilty of that when I change or move anything, office to house to changing cars. But sometimes the familiar is problematic and change is required to make life better. So one of the things a lot of times in this senior space, and my kids are starting to leave home, so I will be here soon, I guess. But moving from a larger house to a smaller house, or even into a assisted living facility, or a family member's house, an ADU, a mother-in-law or father-in-law suite, all sorts of things. When you move from a bigger house to a smaller house, a lot of times you have fewer responsibilities. There's less things you got to care for. You don't have to hire to get stuff done. My last big move is from Yale Family Farm. I had been renting from my parents. And when they sold the last space, I moved to a city lot. So from 7 acres to a quarter acre, there's just so much less work to do. It's incredible. Things you can't do, but it's still less work. So less living space, less yard, that sort of stuff. You have less stuff you got to do. That's awesome. So that gives the next one. You get more time to call your own, take up a new hobby, visit friends, travel, read. I love reading books. Sitting in front of winter time's awesome. We're coming into winter as I shoot this, and I like just curling up on the couch, have my fireplace on, and read a book with coffee and hot chocolate or whatever it is. Just hang out. And as you downsize and have more time, you can do that. You get a clean slate. I had a friend back in college that had grown up in a military family, traveling all the time. And every year at the end of the year, right after between Christmas and New Year's, he would pack his entire life into a big, huge, gigantic sea chest, like the ones you see in movies. So not a little one, but a big sea chest. It ended up being a few hundred pounds, but what he couldn't fit in that, he gave away or threw away or whatever, because when he had been younger as a military brat, that's all they got when they moved between locations. So that had been a habit. I don't say I'm never going to be that extreme, but you know what? If you need to ditch something, I ditched gardening in some ways. I have my little stuff here around my house, but you can take and put your time in something else, whatever that is, or go meet new friends and have new expectations. It's also a great time to get rid of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that I got rid of in the last move that, I maybe should do more. So a good excuse is you just won't have room at the new place for your stuff. So that's some of the big things that you can do when you're moving that are positive. And when that's a positive thing, then you just change your attitude. So in a move and a transition, lots of positive things. There are some frustrations and things you need to deal with, but here to be of service to you, Cary Minden, CJM Realty.